The connection between mental health and physical aging is no longer a matter of speculation. It is now an established area of scientific inquiry, with profound implications for how we understand and promote longevity. While aging is traditionally viewed through the lens of biology, oxidative stress, telomere shortening, mitochondrial decline, it is becoming increasingly clear that psychological factors like depression, chronic stress, and emotional trauma can accelerate the aging process in surprisingly measurable ways. Conversely, interventions that promote emotional resilience, life satisfaction, and mental wellness may offer significant, sometimes overlooked, protection against biological aging. Chronic stress, for example, initiates a cascade of physiological responses that, over time, wear down the body's systems. Prolonged activation of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal (HPA) axis elevates cortisol levels, suppresses immune function, and increases systemic inflammation, all of which contribute to the very processes associated with accelerated aging, including metabolic dysregulation and the erosion of DNA integrity. High cortisol not only damages tissues but also interferes with sleep, reduces neurogenesis, and promotes abdominal fat accumulation, all markers of biological wear and tear. Depression shares many of the same downstream effects. Studies have consistently found that individuals suffering from long-term depression have shorter telomeres, the DNA end caps that protect chromosomes and serve as a marker of biological age. These shortened telomeres are linked to earlier onset of cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, cognitive decline, and even premature death. What's particularly troubling is that this telomere shortening can occur regardless of lifestyle or socioeconomic factors, suggesting that emotional suffering itself can imprint deeply onto cellular aging mechanisms. On the flip side, the reduction of stress and improvement of mental health are not just feel-good goals, they are tangible, physiological strategies for extending health span. Psychological well-being has been linked with longer telomeres, lower levels of inflammatory cytokines, improved immune surveillance, and more balanced autonomic nervous system function. These findings reinforce the idea that emotional regulation, optimism, purpose, and social connection are not just soft factors. They are biological protectors. Mind-body interventions such as mindfulness meditation, yoga, and cognitive behavioral therapy have shown measurable impacts on biomarkers of aging. For instance, regular meditation practice has been associated with longer telomeres, lower cortisol levels, and even slower age-related decline in brain volume. Therapy that reduces rumination and helps individuals reframe negative thought patterns may also reduce systemic inflammation, restore circadian rhythms, and improve sleep, factors tightly linked with healthy aging. Even social support plays a powerful role. Loneliness has been called a silent killer, with studies showing it can be as harmful as smoking or obesity when it comes to predicting early mortality. Individuals who maintain strong social ties tend to live longer, have better immune function, and show lower markers of stress-related inflammation. Connection, meaning, and emotional security are therefore not just psychological needs, but biological imperatives. Emerging research is now beginning to explore more innovative ways to enhance mental health with potential longevity benefits. Psychedelics like psilocybin and MDMA, for example, are being studied for their ability to rapidly alleviate depression, PTSD, and anxiety, conditions deeply tied to stress biology and cellular aging. Early findings suggest that these interventions may go beyond symptom relief to offer long-lasting physiological benefits, including reduced inflammation and improved neuroplasticity. What this body of research ultimately suggests is that any serious longevity strategy must include mental wellness as a core pillar. Supplements, diets, and pharmaceuticals aimed at cellular repair can only go so far if the mind remains in a chronic state of suffering or stress. True rejuvenation involves resetting not just biological clocks, but emotional patterns and mental states that shape how the body functions day to day. By treating mental health as both a cause and a consequence of aging, we unlock a far more complete, human-centered view of longevity. We begin to see that extending life isn't only about delaying disease, it's about enhancing quality, meaning, and connection in the years we already have. And perhaps most importantly, we come to recognize that happiness, resilience, and inner peace are not just byproducts of a long life. They may be some of its most powerful drivers.